I'm just checking in for a quick update on progress for Summit 50. So one is this concept of a deal drag score. So we've all worked on opportunities where, they're more than likely they're never going to close for various reasons. We don't have strong champions, an economic buyer. Maybe, our scoring across pain, across metrics, etc., is just not there. So with the deal drag score, we'll automatically extract the overall opportunity waste or deal drag score across four key components, which includes the framework gaps across MEDDPIC, spiced, and BANT, and we'll circle back to that shortly, as well as contact staleness. So have we been in touch with our champion, our economic buyer recently? If not, then that obviously indicates a pretty high risk that the opportunity is not going to close. Just introducing the concept of this contact freshness score. So you can see in this particular opportunity, we have an economic buyer, which is David, the CFO, and our champion is Amelia Rodriguez. But in both cases, we haven't been in touch with them recently, so they've been reflected as a zero score or high staleness because, again, they haven't been mentioned recently in our key activities or notes for this particular opportunity. Let's add a note for coffee with David and Emily. So now then, if I add this note and recalculate that contact freshness score, we should hopefully this time see that because we mentioned both David and Amelia in that note, that the contact engagement freshness score has indeed updated to healthy or 100. So that's the concept of contact engagement freshness. Let's jump back now and update the overall deal health. So we introduced the concept of automatic MEDDPIC scoring last week. So now we'll layer in both BANT and discovery. So once we run this, we'll effectively extract all of the key components from the notes that we just added and automatically map them to the MEDDPIC metrics there. By the way, while that runs, you can see that we have an overview for each of those frameworks, the key concepts there. So they're at your fingertips. Sign off, the decision process, all of these have been extracted from the note that we just added, but we're still missing the decision criteria, the paper process, and the champion. So based upon that, we have some recommended actions and next steps. So we want to clarify the technical and business decision criteria. So we can expand that out and we have suggested follow-up questions and next steps around that. But conversely, you can see even for the metrics that we did extract from those notes, we do have a score here. So we have strong metrics, but our decision process and economic buyer could do with further follow-up. So who exactly is the executive and legal stakeholders involved in the sign-up process, the sign-off process, and can we get a detailed overview of the decision-making process, including timelines and stages? So we further help to strengthen those metrics as well. So similarly, both for BANT and for discovery, it's the same kind of the same concept, but really the key takeaway is that regardless of which framework methodology you choose to use for your opportunities, we're essentially abstracting away account executives having to think about it. So you can just focus on the next steps that will bring the opportunity closer to closure. Okay, so we introduced the contact freshness concept. We've shown how we can automatically score opportunities across MEDDPIC, BANT, and spiced. So now let's revisit our deal drag score. So we saw previously that this was actually a pretty high deal drag score because I think it was 43%. It had high staleness, and I think there were 16 missing components for our various deal health scores there. So now you can see as we've added those notes and built out the frameworks and we have fresh contacts in that opportunity, it's now a low drag score. We're really bringing intelligence to opportunity scoring, to contact freshness, and wrapping this up as well to identify those opportunities that are at risk of not closing, perhaps contributing to us missing our target, our forecasts, really bringing intelligence to the sales process. So that's a summary of the key features that we've been working on the past couple of weeks at Summit 53. There is more to come. Next perhaps next week, and we'll introduce the concept of weekly action plans and pipeline intelligence as well. But that's just a brief update on some recent developments for Summit 53. Just a quick call to action. So again, for those that have reached out recently to put their hands up for involvement in pilot MVP testing, thank you. I will reach out to you shortly. If anyone else is interested in taking part in the pilot or MVP phase, please do reach out, drop me a message, and we'll look to get you added to our MVP as well. So thanks again all for listening to this quick update on Summit 53's progress